You don't need a million skills to be low-key rich. And by low-key rich, I'm not talking about private jets or tech founder money, okay? I'm talking about 10 to 20K a month, enough to breathe, enough to have options, enough to not feel trapped by any toxic boss or workplace. And what's crazy is most people already have the skills to earn at that level. They're just hidden inside your job. You've been using them every day for years, but you've never been taught to see them as valuable in their own right. What happens instead is this really expensive thing where you sell those skills to one employer at a massive discount and call it a salary. And that gap is costing people thousands every single month. Because if you work in operations, for example, you're probably already doing things like improving processes, assessing risk, allocating resources, tracking performance. It's not just admin or being organized. That is literally what consultants are being paid hundreds of dollars an hour to do. Companies are happily paying big money for that skill set, but when it sits inside a job title, it suddenly gets priced at a fixed salary. You end up doing the same work at the same level with the same responsibility, but all the upside belongs to someone else. Or take marketing, for example. You're probably writing copy, you're understanding consumer psychology, running campaigns, shaping content. Like, agencies build entire retainers around that. But when you do it inside of your role, it gets wrapped up in job responsibilities and it gets capped. Same value, different packaging, completely different pay. And this is the part most people miss, okay? Because the issue isn't that you don't have high value skills. It's that you're packaging them at employee rates instead of market rates. You're already delivering the value. You're just not positioned to capture it. So when people say, I want to make more money, they assume the answer is always learning something new, a new skill in a new industry. Actually, the fastest path is usually repositioning what you already do, taking the things you've been paid to refine for years and translate them into services, offers, or projects that can exist outside of your employer. That translation piece is where a lot of people can't connect the dots, because when you're close to the work that you do, it all feels normal. You think, everyone can do it, but they can't, okay? And that's why so many people stay underpaid for so long, because no one ever taught them how to step back and see their skills clearly without the job title attached. And that's exactly why I built the Skills to Income tool, because it walks you through identifying your real skill pillars, translates them into offers that make sense in the market, and maps out income paths that don't require you to burn your whole life down or start from zero. It basically helps you extract more value from what's already there, because you don't need to be everywhere. You don't need to know everything. You just need a small number of well-positioned skills working for you and not just your employer. And that's how people are quietly building freedom. That's how income stops feeling fragile. And it's how you get low-key rich. So if you want to see which of your skills are already worth more than you're being paid for them, Skills to Income tool is linked in my bio.